big blue building is kind of like the main common building. It's 155, or just Big Blue, I guess some people call it. But this building has all the essentials like the store, the galley, the recreation center, all the main things that all the residents need to use. Just inside the door here is the ATM, so the most southern ATM in the world if you need money. A little computer lab, print out anything you need over here. And this whole hallway right here is just kind of known as Highway 1 because it's just the main thoroughfare for all the residents, since so many things that you need are in here. Finally, at the other end of the building, we have the galley up there. Make sure to wash your hands first.
The galley serves 4 meals a day, including a midnight meal for the overnight workers, who are called mid-rats. They also pack a leftovers fridge for anyone to raid at any time. And I can't forget the ever-popular Frosty Boy, whose soft-serve flavors change about every week. Building 155 serves many other functions, including the station store, the weight room, and the local bulletin board. Here you can find information on all the local community events, including sports and outdoor activities. It was after discovering this that it started to dawn on me that McMurdo feels a lot like college with a meal plan. Everyone stays in dorms, there's always some community activity happening, and the food is 24/7 and always free. Only instead of working on degrees, we're all working to make sure that the station keeps humming along. Other nearby buildings include the aerobic gym, or as the locals call it, the gerbil gym, the cafe, 2 different bars, the chapel, a basketball gym, and several science buildings I couldn't go into due to COVID restrictions. However, the place where I spent most of my time was in the clinic, getting trained on everything I'd need to know to help run the sister clinic at the South Pole Station. The McMurdo Clinic is surprisingly advanced for such a remote outpost. There's a trauma bay with ultrasound, dentistry suite, radiology suite, laboratory, and even a hyperbaric chamber. And I can't forget the amazing staff who did everything they could to prepare us for our jobs at the South Pole. One thing you may hear Antarcticans refer to is SCAU. The SCAU station is basically where you can donate something you don't want anymore, or to go find something someone else has donated. It's basically the goodwill of the Antarctic station. The name SCAU comes from a species of bird that nests near the coasts, and the name is used because the bird is an aggressive scavenger. The SCAU station is a great place to get something you may have forgotten at home, or just a fun place to browse when you get tired of wearing the same 5 shirts over and over. It's also a great place to find boots, as many people leaving the ice would rather give up a nice pair of boots than take the extra bulk and weight all the way back to the USA. There's much more to McMurdo Station than I could possibly show in one video, but those were the highlights for me. In all, it's a good community where everyone works hard to keep the station functioning in the harsh Antarctic continent, as well as enjoying each other's company and the wild outdoors. Not a bad place to stop over, but after spending almost 2 weeks there, I was anxious to go further out to the Raggedy Edge, the South Pole itself. But first, I've got to take you on a tour of the hut built by Robert Scott in 1911, just before his ill-fated expedition to the South Pole. It's still standing, and even has some of the original provisions and seal carcasses that Robert Scott stored there 110 years ago. If you're enjoying the channel, hit subscribe and get notified about my future updates. Until then, I'm Joe on Joe Spins the Globe, and I'll see you around the world.